What up, fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another video. How's the NBA world doing today? It should be set on fire with all the rumors and everything crazy that's going on. What you guys think? I wasn't going to go live? No, I'm made for this, guys. So here we are, another Around the League Thursdays that's going to be dominated by Lakers talk. But I'll do my best to talk about other teams. If you guys have questions about any other team, I'll be happy to answer them as well. But we're going to start with the topic of the day. All right, topic of the day is, did LeBron James just send a cryptic message to the Lakers front office? I think that's what everybody and their mama is wondering right now. LeBron James on Instagram just said, "How long will you be taken for granted?" Like talking to himself with a picture with a caption that says, "How long will you be taken for granted? Keep going, kid." And it's him dunking right at the rim. Very interesting that this happens after all the controversy, after 4 straight losses, after everything. And now we have to ask ourselves, could this be the end of the LeBron James Lakers marriage, right? Or are we overreacting based off of all the drama? There's always drama in La La Land. So what is the real true meaning of this? Well, I'm going to give you guys my opinion, okay? I think LeBron James and the front office might not be on the same page. All right, maybe LeBron's already told them, hey, you guys have to make a move or we're not going to be able to contend this season. And maybe they said, we have to be patient, LeBron. We don't want to make a move for the sake of making a move. Right? So I think this very well could be the beginning of the end. I mean, we're finally starting to see the narrative. I mentioned the possibility last night after the post game, during the post game, should I say. And this morning, every single sports talk show picked it up. And they're all talking about the same thing I was talking about last night. So great minds think alike, right? It wasn't just a crazy thought I shot out. I said, if the Lakers aren't going to make a trade to put LeBron James in contention and Anthony Davis in contention and the Lakers fans in contention, then we might as well blow it all up. And this morning, Stephen A. Smith said it. If y'all haven't checked out that video, definitely do. We saw Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who's a diehard Laker fan. He said, and I quote, he says, "Dear Rob Pelinka, do something now. Either blow it all up or rebuild. And rebuild, or mortgage the future to fix the lack of chemistry and skill on this basketball team. Do not let another season, meander its way down the drain, wasting the great LeBron James sunset of his career." And he added the Lakers. And we know Flea is a diehard, just like all of us. So I like the fact that, these people in power are speaking up just like I did last night. So that's a good thing. Again, added pressure. It's awesome. It's awesome because it forces the front office to do something, right? They don't want to do something on their own. Okay, Flea tweeted, I made my video last night. Bron is now sending shots to the front office. I mean, what else can we do to get the wheels rolling here, to get the ball rolling, right? But I'll head over to the comment section. What do you guys think of this whole situation with LeBron James potentially sending out a shot? I'd like to know, are you guys on board? Would you guys like him to be more direct? Personally, me, I would love him to be more direct. I would love him to go to the front office and be like, either trade to get the right pieces here or trade me away, because something's got to be done. We can't just sit there, bottom of the barrel, scraping for wins, and we're going to have a bad year. He said, bro, I'm putting the Lakers on timeout until they make a trade. I can't watch this product anymore. You and a lot of people, bro. If I wasn't so addicted, I got to watch everything, even when we suck. But yes, I feel you. And I'm about to, listen, if they don't do anything by the end of this weekend, I'm about to take action myself. I already posted it on Twitter. If you know, you know. Right? So I really hope they can do something because everybody's in desperation mode. Look, we're the talk of the town, and it's not a good thing right now. But, ultimately, it has to get really ugly before it can get nice again. So this is all necessary. He said, it's true. We're taking LeBron for granted. But let me ask you this, bro. Do you think that was directed at the fans or at the front office? Because I really think that was directed at the front office. He said, Rob got to go, and so does Westbrook. See, people are already out on Rob Pelinka. He's been making too many mistakes, and I don't blame them. This is why I said he was on the hot seat this season. And most people weren't happy with the offseason he had, right? It's definitely – there you go. Hunter Jules knows what's up. It's definitely directed at the front office. And just to update Laker fans, guys, Anthony Davis is questionable for tomorrow's game with potential back spasms. Russell Westbrook is questionable, but who cares? And LeBron James is probable, but still, like, we're already starting with the injuries. 4 games into the season, we're 0-4. This is doomsday scenario for us. We're beyond rock bottom at this point. He said, "Oh, what's crazy, bro, is that I'm playing with the Lakers right now on 2K23 and just fired the GM." Yeah. All right, but this is around the league, so we are going to jump around from topic to topic. All right, the Western Conference has shifted. In previous years, you can count on the Lakers beating certain teams when you see them on the schedule, like the Jazz, sometimes maybe even the Trailblazers, the Pelicans. Well, guess what? The Jazz are 4-1, so are the Blazers. Suns 3-1, Pelicans 3-1, Grizzlies 3-1. The Timberwolves 3-2. The Nuggets are 3-2. And teams that we usually don't beat, like the Warriors, they're 2-2. The Mavericks are 1-2. So the West has shifted. Have you guys noticed? And this is usually what happens around the league. Teams don't just sit on their hands. They get better, Rob. So you got to get better as well. We can't let these other teams overtake us. We're a dynasty. We're a championship franchise, and we have to make sure that we keep it that way. All right, losing will not be acceptable. But yeah, teams that have surprised me this year so far have been the Jazz, the Trailblazers, the Pelicans, but I kind of expected the Pelicans. The Timberwolves. Actually, the Timberwolves are right where they should be after their trade. The Nuggets and the Mavs have actually shocked me, but not in a good way. They're 1-2, and it's still early, but they got to get that right for sure, right? I also want to talk about the Knicks out east, because I'll tell you something, man. The Knicks out east in the East Coast are very fun to watch. I've been, keeping tabs on them little by little, and they're one team to watch for sure. Jalen Brunson is earning that paycheck. He's averaging 20 points per game, right? And they're 3-1. So again, the Knicks always have early success and then they fall off. So let's see if they can sustain it. But they're 3-1, and Jalen Brunson is averaging 20 points per game, 8.5 assists, only 1 turnover, 4 rebounds, shooting 52% from the field and 41% from beyond the arc, 85% from the free throw line. So shout out to them. They definitely made the right choice by adding him. A lot of people, including myself, question if that was going to be an overpaid contract, because in the past they've given those out to the likes of like Joakim Noah and Tyson Chandler, and it doesn't pan out. But the Knicks are looking really solid right now for sure. He said, Dan, remember when Jerry West was caught on tape saying the Lakers front office is a shit show? Yeah, he still shouldn't say that. He's the logo. Certain people shouldn't be saying crazy stuff like that, especially because we won a championship right after he said that. So he was wrong then. Now, if he said that now, he'd definitely be right. But yeah, shout out to the Knicks. Like I said, Jalen Brunson has been a great pickup. Christopher says he's on a fantasy team. That's what's up, bro. Good pickup for you. So again, man, and there's been some surprise teams around the league. Another surprise team, but not in a good way, have been the Philadelphia 76ers. They're in a similar place that we are, except obviously they have better pieces as far as shooting and balance, and they're 1-4. So, the Sixers being 1-4, does Doc Rivers, and now we pose the question, does Doc Rivers deserve to get fired? I've always said he was an overrated coach. He's got Joel Embiid in his prime. He's got James Harden, no longer in his prime, but can still put up numbers, right? He has Tyrese Maxey, PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris, so it's not like they're lacking a lot. It's just that they don't have the right game plan, or they're not executing, or they don't believe in their coach. What do you guys think of the Philadelphia 76ers? Very curious, right? For me personally, 1-4 is a failure. It is still early, but man, that's pretty bad. And to make matters worse, they're out east. The East Coast is competitive as well, but the West is much tougher. So they have no business being 1-4 at all. I do want to know what the chat thinks. He said Turner had 4 blocks. I'm saying, man, Turner is the real deal. Buddy Hield 7 for 12 from 3 last night. Listen, again, every day that goes by, the front office looks worse. And again, with now LeBron James taking semi-shots at the front office, you got to wonder if they're going to pivot in a different direction now. Are they going to hold on to those draft picks and then trade away LeBron and AD, which is something we mentioned could potentially happen? I don't know. I don't know what the heck the front office is going to do, but I am curious. We're going to have a retirement ceremony on Sunday, right, for George Mikan, and I'm curious how the crowd is going to react to the front office if they show them on the screen or whatever. So let's see. Let's see what happens there. He said Joel should walk. The Lakers are about to go through 2 rebuilds in 10 years. That is tough. That is tough. And I'm sure Dr. Buss wouldn't allow us to fall off this bad. So God rest his soul, but it hurts, man. I'll tell you guys, I haven't set up any protests or anything, but if this continues by next week, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna lead the charge for sure because this is not acceptable. Laker fans deserve better. LeBron deserves better. Everybody deserves better. By the way, talking about rumors, the Jazz are supposedly, according to reports, super reluctant to trade Jordan Clarkson amid the Lakers buzz. So all of a sudden, they're loving what JC can do. I mean, the Jazz are 4-1, and dude is posting, very nice numbers. He's always been a baller. He's posting basically 19 points per game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. He's one of the top 2 leading scorers. I think Markkanen is the main guy. So, yeah, Jordan Clarkson is definitely a bucket, man. Too bad we couldn't trade for him. Another bucket, you guys already mentioned him, but Buddy Hield. He's shooting 42% from the field from 3, matter of fact, on 9 attempts per game. So that's a very good sample size. And it's too bad that couldn't happen so far, right? And the trade, again, the better these players play, the more their market value is in the open market. He said, Dan the man, the True Laker Fan Channel. What's up? Check it out. What's up, brother? This hurts, Dan. I know, bro. It was really tough last night. But you know what? There's something not beautiful about the way that Laker fans are standing united together. I literally said, if I do organize a protest, who would come? I got over 700 plus likes and hundreds of messages saying, sign me up and all of that. So we are really in this together, man. We're tired of watching this. This is going to be the 3rd year. And it's no longer acceptable. They lied to us. They said they were going to continue to build championship contenders, and we settled for the 2020 championship, which is not good enough here. He said, bro, talking about NFL while we're down 0-3. He said, hey, Dan, just now joined. What's up? You see LeBron's latest Instagram post? Yes, we talked about that already, man. I do think it is a shot at the front office, just to give you guys a rundown. I definitely think it's a shot at the front office. And hopefully that does something. But personally, me, if I'm LeBron, I'm knocking on Rob Pelinka's door and I'm saying, hey, listen, I'm sick of the BS. All right, be straight up with me. Do you have a trade that's going to benefit this team? Or if not, I want out. Because seriously, we cannot waste the final prime years of LeBron's career. And also for Laker fans, we want to have something to build upon moving forward. So I think it's a double-edged sword, what we're doing right now. That's not a good thing. We're neither rebuilding nor are we competing. We're, like I said, middle of the road. Like, people were questioning the fact that I said middle of the road team. Well, I guess what I should say is we're beyond rock bottom, because at least when you hit rock bottom, you can start rebuilding. We traded away most of our draft picks and young assets, and the only way we can get that back is if we trade AD, LeBron, and maybe even Russ. But I don't think Russ gives you anything back. So, it's one of those things, man. Joseph, appreciate you, bro. He said, for the Cash App, he said, there's no way Pelinka is sitting on his hands right now. If he is, he needs to be fired, because this thing is crashing and burning. They're calling out Genie to sell the team. They're calling out Rob to get fired. They're calling out the coaching staff already, 4 games in, and they're calling out, obviously, Russ, LeBron, and AD. Everybody is under fire, and the front office is going to sit there and do nothing? No. Like I said, I give them till the end of this weekend. If not, I'm organizing something for sure. Because, we deserve better, Laker fans. The last time there was a protest outside of crypto, of course, it has to be peaceful, right? It has to be peaceful, get the message across. We're classy fans at the end of the day. But the last time we organized something like that, there was a championship right after. So I think it's a good thing, right, to put pressure on the front office. And, of course, it's going to be embarrassing for them. And that's the point, is not to embarrass them. The point is to bring attention that, hey, we're fed up and we want change now. Simple as that, He said, Dan, LeBron is taking shots. He's tired of this and wants Westbrook gone. He does not want to waste another year. I agree with LeBron. He should be tired. The fans are tired as well. We're on the same boat. Same boat. He said, quite literally the worst possible scenario we could be in. Exactly. We don't have this year's draft pick. People are saying that we're tanking. Do your research. We're not tanking because the Pelicans are most likely going to make the playoffs, barring any crazy injuries from them or anything crazy, right? They have a really nice team this year. And if we keep this team, we're most likely not. So that means they get a lottery pick because they have the right to pick swap due to the Anthony Davis trade, right? We already got what we wanted out of AD. We got a championship. So the Lakers can't be prideful and say, no, we want to see this thing through all the way. If you don't put the right pieces around LeBron and AD that can space the floor and shoot, then you better trade them away while you can still get something in return, and you do right by LeBron James and Anthony Davis. All right, it's that simple. It's really not, it's really not science. This ain't brain surgery. At the end of the day, we got to do what's right for both, for the players and the fans. You can't sit on your hands and collect paychecks, Rob and Jeannie. Can't do that. Thoughts on the rest of Wemby games are going to be on TV? Oh my goodness, yeah, I seen that. Commissioner Adam Silver said that they're going to televise all of Victor Wembanyama's games on TV. I think that's nuts, man. I think that's crazy. Simply because it's a new era. It's like anything that sells tickets, you got to do it. And I know this guy's a generational talent, but man, they're really trying to, cash out of this. So all I'm gonna say is this, man. Adam Silver I'll give him credit because he's always working overtime to try to fix things. Like the play-in tournament was a great idea. My idea with the draft pick tournament will be great as well. Hopefully they can adapt some version of that in the future. But now Adam Silver has pitched the idea of preventing teams from drafting top 3 in consecutive years. That is good news. That is great news because that means that teams that love the tank, they're going to have to change that mindset because you're not even going to get a top 3 pick guaranteed if you got one the last year, right? Whether you hit or you miss. So I think that's another good idea from the commissioner, all right? And it was just reported today. What do you guys think of this idea by the commissioner to prevent teams from picking back-to-back top 3 picks in the lottery? I think it's great. Dontario, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the super chat. He says, speechless, bro, just speechless. Definitely, bro. Listen, nobody's having fun anymore in LA. Not LeBron, not Westbrook, not that I care about what he's doing, not Anthony Davis, not Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and definitely not the fans, not the diehard fans like us who've been supporting this team and going hard for years, man. Shout out to Joseph for the Cash App who says, for what's the most you think we can get for AD and Bron? You know what, man? I haven't even seen those scenarios until I haven't even looked at those scenarios. Until that becomes a true reality, I'm not even going to look at it. But I'm pretty sure you can fetch quite a lot. People making fun of it. Last night, I read the comments on the last video. They were making fun of my idea, but guess what? ESPN said the same thing. I said one way or the other, and Jay Williams said the same thing. Lakers got to go one way or the other. They can't stand in the middle. So hopefully all these voice of reasons, including my own, can get to the front office and they can do something because we're not happy with this. Right? Wouldn't you guys rather start the rebuild early, get some young talent we can get excited about and have a bright future rather than just waste LeBron's career and, have to put up with this clown dancing while he's supposedly injured with a hamstring injury? And by this clown, you know who I mean, Russell Westbrook, right? Wouldn't you much rather have a bright future than that? You see what I'm saying? So at least when we have Brandon Ingram, D'Lo, and all of them, we could look forward to the future. And it was bright. But right now, we got what we wanted out of the trade. We won the trade. Like they said on ESPN, we won the trade. And because we got a championship. However, we are now on the back end of that trade. Guys are getting older, more injury prone, and the front office is doing nothing to help them. So do one thing or the other, man. Don't sit in the middle and get run over by the train. That's the bottom line. We need to make sure that we act quickly. Mark says, yo, Dan, I like how you say we probably need to trade Bron so we won't waste his prime. I don't like Angel fan. They are wasting Trout and Ohtani's prime. Exactly. Listen, man, I'm a fair Laker fan. And what I mean by that is for Kobe, it was different because he had tore his Achilles and we gave him a farewell tour, but we had Kobe here for 20 years. So he deserved that tour. If Jeannie is thinking that the Laker fans are going to be happy with the LeBron farewell tour, they're not. Because LeBron James is Akron's child. We just adopted him. And what that means is, yeah, we love and we respect what he's done, but it's a different level of love and respect compared to Kobe's. And what I mean by that is we're not just happy chasing the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record. Of course, we'll give him his flowers and all of that, but we actually need a win with LeBron. And LeBron still has a lot left in the tank, which Kobe did not because after the injury, he was never the same. So those are the main differences, right? Jeannie, if she's thinking, hey, I'm just going to cash in on this season because LeBron James is about to pass Kareem, that's what we're going to dedicate this year to? No, you can't do that when you still have some version of LeBron's prime on your team, Anthony Davis in his prime, and some solid role players with a brand new coach. You can't just tank. We don't have a draft pick on top of that. So it's one of those things. Mamba mentality. Appreciate you, bro. You said you make a protest, I'll be there, bro. Enough is enough. Hey, listen, I'm not going to announce it on here because there's a bunch of people that hate on me, and I definitely don't want to give up my location and time. But everybody that follows me on Twitter, you will get a DM and I'll be dropping the exact time and place of when it'll happen next week. If, and it's a big if they don't make a trade and start, putting this franchise in the right direction. They got about 6 days to do it. I'm actually buying time from the front office. Some people might say, dude, you're being too emotional, blah, 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 blah. No. I'm buying time for the franchise because a lot of people hit me up. They wanted to go last night. Now, I have my mother over, and I got stuff to do, right? So I couldn't go last night. However, next week I'm going to be free, and the Lakers better have done something. If not, yeah, I'm not going to be able to hold the masses. If anything, I'm bringing peace to the front office because they really – look, the Kraken wanted to get unleashed after last night. I held the masses back, right? So they should be thanking me, whatever the case may be, because everybody wanted to go out last night. I got hit up by so many people. And I was just like, let's see what they do. Let's give them one more week. I'm being very patient and very fair. But we don't get it in one more week, then we're going to have to take to the front of crypto. Simple as that. Though all of Laker Nation is tired, sick and tired of the way that this thing has played out. We waited 2 years. We waited the year after the championship. We said, okay, injuries. Fine. We'll give them a pass. We got eliminated in the first round due to injuries. We'll give them a pass. Last year, we didn't even make the playoffs. Okay, fine. The coach was trash, and hopefully we trade Westbrook in the offseason. We'll give him a pass. We're 0-4. Third season. The third time is a charm. You cannot have the same season or else heads are going to have to roll. It's that simple. LA is held to, I know how you guys feel, man. I know how you guys feel. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be the voice of reason here, and I'm trying to buy time for the front office to do something, to do the right thing. Right? Go one way or the other. That'll be the only way Laker fans are satisfied. Either you bring in the right pieces and we start being competitive, or you start the rebuild process early. That's it. There's no in-betweens. We don't have our own draft pick. It's going to get swapped out. I want people to realize that. He said, I don't understand how Pelinka got an extension. I said it myself, bro, this summer. I thought Rob was on the hot seat. Too many mistakes. After the championship, too many mistakes. He overfixed what wasn't broken, and we didn't even get a chance to see the championship team back. That was his first mistake. The Russell Westbrook trade was his second mistake. Big mistake, too, by the way. We're still suffering because of it, right? Not only because of what Russ does on the court and off the court, but because his stands are just a plague, right? So we're still suffering. And now, if he can't build a competitive roster around LeBron and AD, two of the top 5 players in this league when healthy, all right, at least top 10. Some people won't give me top 5. All right, at least top 10. I understand Giannis is the best player in the league. I get that. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. He called it already. I said it since last year. I get that. But LeBron is still, to me, a top 5. Now, he's picked it up a little bit slow, and he didn't have a good game. He had a shitty game last game. But to me, the talent is still there. Anthony Davis, man, the health concern is the biggest thing. But we haven't even won a single game. Even when he was healthy and looking like a beast on Sunday, we couldn't win that game either. So no more excuses, man. This is on the front office. All right. They are to blame because they put this team together. Even when the logic was why so many guards, even when the logic was trade Russ at all costs in the summer, they brought him back. And now it's become a circus. We're the talk of the town. Even though the Sixers are 1-4, Lakers are the talk of the town. It's just the way it works. Right. The sub Dan, he said, and Laker Nation. Yes, let's rant our frustrations some more. Absolutely. We need this, brother. Thank you, man. Thanks for the super chat. And like I said, they have a week. Clock is ticking. You got 6 days before I organize something outside of crypto. It's the bottom line. And listen, man, Laker fans are with me. Like I tweeted this out last night just to see who was going to be down. We got over 700 interested people. All right. Now, I don't know if everybody will show up. Some people just say they'll show up and then they won't. But that's fine. We don't need all those people. We don't even need half of that. If we get a group of like 50 people out there, it'll bring attention for sure. But anybody else that shows up, it's going to be crazy, right? But like I said, if you guys are interested and the Lakers don't make a move, hit me up on Twitter. I will DM you guys privately because I got a lot of haters. The last thing I want is any sort of drama when we're trying to keep it peaceful at the protest. Dontario says George Milan's jersey retirement is on Sunday. So, you meant Mikins. Yeah. Jersey retirement is on Sunday, so Jeannie better wake up or she's going to get booed to high heaven. I agree, man, and I hate to see it happen because I love Jeannie Buss. I'm a big-time supporter. As one of the only female owners in NBA history to win a championship, she made history. I'm rooting for her heavy. I'm still rooting for her. I haven't given up on her, but she has to do the right thing. Listen, Laker Nation is not happy. I don't think we've been this unhappy since since her brother, Jimmy Buss, was taking over the team and running us into the ground. So it's been a while. It's been a couple years, but man. He said we pulling up the bus to the house. And that's just the thing. We want to have a controlled situation where we have nothing but peaceful people there. You don't want to do anything crazy, bring a bad name. I don't want any player stands out there. I want real Laker fans that truly care about the franchise, who are going to protest against Russell Westbrook, saying we need that Westbrook trade, or give us the rebuild. Either one, right? So that's what the protest is going to be about. It's like, make the right move to build or give us the rebuild. One way or another, we got to stay positive, man. Because I'll hit you up on Insta. I don't have a Twitter. For sure, bro. I got you. Jeannie is in over her head. She very well might be. I'm not going to lie. And I feel bad for her because she truly wants this team to succeed. But I think, she might be going about the situation wrong, a little bit wrong, right? She might be. LeBron got, what did LeBron get? LeBron got what he wanted and deserves. He is a man calling the shots for the Lakers camp. You know what, Patrick? I don't know about that. It does not sound like he got what he wanted. Just based off his recent post. It doesn't sound like he got what he wanted. So Dan, if we blow it up, who can we get back for Bron and AD? Excuse me. You know what? That is a great question. I think there's still some value in both of them, especially LeBron James. LeBron James puts your team over the top, especially if you're like, if you're Memphis or you are somebody that has a lot of depth and can afford to give up a little bit, he'll put your team over the top. You got the star players, you got the role players. Give up a couple of those and some picks, and, You said LeBron just don't get how they could be 0-4 and LeBron with AD with a top 5 defense. Only reason that can happen is if they shoot us poorly. And yep, they have the shot at the worst percentage ever in 4-game span. Facts. Thanks, Alex. I live on the East Coast, so I'll be protesting with y'all in spirit. I feel you, bro. Don't even trip. He said Dan got to stream the protest. I don't even know if I want to do that because I'm not doing it for clout. I'm doing it because I genuinely care for my team. If anybody else would protest it, by all means do it because trust me, I do not give two shits about the clout. I'm really out there because I want change. And if I'm out there live streaming myself, people are gonna be like, look at this clown. He's doing it for attention. And that's not what I want at all. No, I genuinely want the team to do good, right? He said, Dan, are we going to give Victor to the Pelicans on a golf dish and a platinum plate to the... Probably, man. Probably. We keep this up. Yeah, it's going to hurt twice as much because not only would we miss the playoffs, but we give the Pelicans a golden opportunity to say they won the trade. They give Victor Wembanyama, they're taking care of for the next 10 to 15 years. Can you imagine how scary a team in the West would be with Victor, Zion, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, et cetera, et cetera? I do not want that to happen at all. Dan, you know what hurts? The Lakers would have 100% won the Portland game if Russ didn't shoot it so early for no reason. I agree, man. I think, basically, bro. LeBron typically starts slow. However, I think the start is way more than just basketball. I blame Jeannie and Rob. Tasia says we need better. Get the trade done. I agree, 110%. I'm giving them 6 days before I take my nice little crowd out there and we do a nice, peaceful and respectful, but still a protest that's going to get the message across. Like Laker fans are not happy. That's it. And it's not, if I didn't have to show up because people are going to think it's all for clout, I wouldn't do it. But I'm one of the voices of Laker Nation. I mean, who else is going to lead this protest, right? But if I could entrust somebody else to be there and do it, then I would, right? But who's going to lead the protest? Mamba Mentality said, not saying I want this to happen, but if I ever do blow it up, I would trade Bron to the Warriors for Poole, Draymond, Looney, AD to the Knicks for RJ, topping Cam Reddish, and Russ to Indy for or the Spurs. We get decent players back. I think we need draft picks more than anything, man, in return. But yeah, I mean, those are decent players for sure. I still think AD's worth more than that, believe it or not. RJ is nice, but is he a franchise-changing player? I don't know. I haven't seen it for the Knicks yet. Topping is nice too, and I like Cam Reddish. But again, we need somebody that is a young phenom. Like I'm looking at the Thunder for AD, and I'm saying, okay, give us Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 3 first-round picks. You know, will they do that? Probably not. But you got to try. He said, as a Laker fan, AD is where the most trade value can be created. Not LeBron. Well, who knows, man? Teams are going to try to lowball us, and they're going to use the injury history as a result. But we have to say, listen, this is all bad luck. He's a champion. He's still an MVP candidate every season, right, when he's healthy. So we need a very good return and back in return. Where I'm looking, believe it or not, man, I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm looking at the Timberwolves for AD. I'll say I want Anthony Edwards and a combination of Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, or a combination of Anthony Edwards and Karl Towns. I doubt they do any of them, but I'm trying hard, right? That's what I would do. Now, I forgot to put, yes, at least 2 first-round picks each. Facts, yeah. We need first-round picks. You can see how valuable they are. Who knows when's the next draft is going to be, and if we're rebuilding, we're probably going to suck for a while. That's just the truth. So who knows when the next Victor Wembanyama is going to come out of the draft, and we got to be ready with draft picks when that happens. He said AD doesn't have much value. Well, I mean, he has a lot more value being traded for something right now than if he just has like a season-ending injury, God forbid, or anything crazy like that. I'll say that. But listen, my true hopes are that we can still put the right pieces around LeBron and AD, because we're closer to contending than we are to a full rebuild. So I still prefer that. However, if the front office doesn't want no part of this, and they're like, we already gave up too much, we did everything LeBron wanted, whatever they think, then just go, play your full hand. Trade those pieces, get some returns, and let them compete. Don't waste their prime just to sell tickets, right? Because to be honest with you, Laker fans don't even care about breaking records and stuff. We want to see wins. We want to see a competitive roster. He said, we need to trade for someone who will stay long-term and not for dimensional three-point shooters. Maybe so. He said, move or rebuild. Either way, the front office needs to make a move. Look, I agree with all of you guys. But all I'm going to say is this, man. I went on SB Nation this morning. They had 4 trade ideas to finally end Russell Westbrook's era in Los Angeles. And I have them before me, and I want to know what you guys think. All right, I'm starting with Russell Westbrook trade to the Indiana Pacers, where the Pacers get Russell Westbrook and a 2027 first, and the Lakers get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. That's probably my favorite one. If we only have to give up 1 first, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Quickly, I would even throw in 2 second-round picks on that. I really would, right? The next trade offer they have is Russell Westbrook to the Utah Jazz, plus the Jazz get I guess it's a 3-way trade. The Jazz get the 23rd first pick via Miami, and the Lakers get Jordan Clarkson, Duncan Robinson, and Malik Beasley, and the Heat get Kelly Olynyk. That's another trade I'm doing for sure. For sure I'm doing it. Listen, anything that gets the shooters like that. Can you imagine Duncan Robinson and guys like that playing alongside LeBron and AD? Malik Beasley, who can put the ball in the basket, and Kelly Olynyk, who's a skilled big who could also floor space. I do that as well. The third trade option is, Russ to the San Antonio Spurs for and Juancho Hernan-Gomez to the Spurs as well. I guess it's a 3-way trade. Toronto's protected 21st via LA. That's what they get. And then the Lakers get Dougie McBuckets, or should I say Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, and Cam Birch. And then the Raptors get Jacob Poeltl. I actually like Jacob Poeltl coming this way. What do you guys think of that? Jacob Poeltl coming this way. Angel, appreciate you, bro. You said, I feel like Rob in our league, Dan. People keep trying to skimp me. I gave you a good trade offer in our league, bro. You just didn't like it. I'm giving you multiple star players in every single proposition. But, man, my boy's desperate. He came to the channel to complain about our fantasy league. I love it, though. It's fun. And anybody who's interested in a fantasy league, I probably might do a 20-man draft next time. So make sure to follow me on Twitter for that. And also Russell Westbrook trade idea for the Charlotte Hornets. This is another one right here, the final one. Russell Westbrook in the 2027 first to the Hornets. And then the Lakers get Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, and Mason Plumlee. I also like that trade. It adds shooting. It adds wing depth. And it adds a big man who can do some dirty work down low. So my favorite one's still the Indiana Pacer trade, especially if we only have to give up one first. But I have a feeling that we'll give up more than one in any potential offer, right? In any potential deal. But yeah, with Jordan Clarkson now off the table, I wonder who else is going to get traded this season, right? But again, the NBA guys is super competitive. The Bucks are 3-0 out east, Celtics 3-1, the Knicks 3-1, the Hawks 3-1, and the Wizards 3-1. Also the Cavs 3-1, and then the Raptors 3-2, Bulls 3-2, Hornets 2-2. So the East is competitive as well this season, and the West we got some 4-1 teams again. The Jazz and Trailblazers leading the pack. So it's not going to be no easy games for the Lakers this year. None. The teams that we used to beat have successfully rebuilt, or they have some really highly competitive veteran players like the Jazz do that are competing their hearts out. So nobody's going to roll over for us, Laker Nation. We need a move to get off of this losing ASAP. ASAP. If we can do it pronto, vámonos. Let's do it today. Now, LeBron's already taking shots. We got Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers out here commenting on Twitter. I mean, who hasn't commented on the Lakers? We're the talk of the century. I feel like we deserve to see Buddy LeBron. They would be the best buddies, pun intended. I like that one. Now, I'm a Laker fan for life. I just want us to put a better product on the court. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Courtney. I appreciate you. That's all we want. We're not asking for too much as Laker fans. Just rob. You got robbed in the Russell Westbrook trade. Own it. Own it. Say you made a mistake and get rid of that mistake. Because the only way to improve is when you accept and you change, right? When we look in the mirror and we accept our mistakes and we change them, that's the only way you better yourself. Same thing for the roster. I think some of Rob Pelinka's pride and ego is involved. He doesn't want to accept the fact that it was a failed trade and that he got robbed, because he truly did. Think about it. Think about everything we gave up in that trade. Rob was robbed, pun intended, right? He said trade LeBron for a few first-round draft picks. That could happen. And you know what? Every day that we continue making, not making moves in the favor of this roster, I think that becomes a most likely scenario that LeBron eventually will ask out. And this was my biggest fear, right? But my worst fear is that we do nothing and play it out with the roster, and everybody loses trade value. That's even worse. Did DeMarcus and AD have chemistry? I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him. Honestly, we're getting that rebounded. We need bigs that are going to play. If they don't trust Thomas Bryant and Damian Jones, then they need to go get a big that they can trust. And DeMarcus Cousins is trustworthy. Now, I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but I'm sure he'll be an upgrade, especially offensively, to Damian Jones. I don't know about defensively, though. He said, we cannot be everyone's punching bag again. Even bad teams think that they can beat us. Disgusting Rob and Jeannie. They are already under fire. Listen, this is what I love about Laker Nation. We don't stand for this crap. Rob and Jeannie are under heavy fire right now. I'm sure they're talking about it as we speak. They're probably in the front office, having probably lengthy discussions or maybe even arguments about how they can improve this roster and what direction they should go. I'm sure they've seen ESPN. I'm sure they've seen all the tweets from the celebrities hitting them up. I won't be shocked if they see some of these videos. So all I gotta say is they know that Laker fans are disgruntled, and it will be interesting to see what happens Sunday when we retire George Mikan, right? It'll be interesting to see what happens, Friday if we lose again. God forbid we go 0-5. But a trade should have happened since we went 0-3. We're already 2 games too late, and if we continue this, man, we're heading down a very dark path. We already hit rock bottom. Now we're digging an even deeper hole beneath the surface. Like, come on, no, this can't happen. You cannot allow the Lakers to flounder like this. The best brand in NBA history is floundering. We're acting like we're the Charlotte Bobcats, not the Hornets, the Charlotte Bobcats, right? Can't do that. He said, I'm sure that Bron was pissed that Pelinka got an extension before a trade happened. I think the front office is lying to Bron and AD. Well, if that happens, LeBron's going to ask. I do believe LeBron's going to ask out real soon, sooner than you think. And thanks so much for the super chat, bro. Yeah, if they're lying to LeBron, I don't think they can get away with it. It's so apparent. And if they're lying to us as well, I mean, we see everything. Laker fans have the highest of basketball IQs. We're not going to sit around and stand for this crap. He said, bro, there's better franchises than the Lakers. Not historically, Ivan. Maybe you were born yesterday, but there's one golden standard, and that's 17 championships. There's only one team that ties us, and they won. They won most of their championships in the dinosaur era, prehistoric shit, man. So there's no team in the modern day era, especially, that's better than the Lakers. Name one. If you say the Warriors, I'll smack you, boy. You were born yesterday if you say the Warriors. Stop it. Now, they might be in better position to succeed today. Doesn't mean that you can just erase history conveniently whenever you want. It does not. Eduardo, oh man, you missed 40 minutes worth of action, bro. You're gonna have to rewind this one, but I do appreciate the super chat. But just to recap, we talked about LeBron James and his cryptic message he sent out. We talked about other teams and how they're doing around the league. Of course, it's called Around the League, so we got to talk about that. We talked about potential trade packages for Russell Westbrook. Heck, we talked about some potential trade packages for LeBron. I mean, we've touched on a lot of things, so definitely rewind this video because I can't mention everything, and sum it up in a minute or two for you. But I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you. He said, we are Lakers till we die. No bandwagons. Facts. Don't be born yesterday. Bro really told me there's better, franchises than the Lakers. He hasn't named one. I want to hear one from you, bro. And I don't mean to attack you. I'm just letting you know. Blasphemy. He said, bad vibes lead to bad play by players, then lead to bad vibes by the organization. The longer y'all wait, the worse the vibes get. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why I said we need to start off with, I said it from the beginning. We want to give Coach Darvingham the best opportunity to succeed. You must trade Westbrook. That was high on my priority list all offseason long. That's the first thing I wanted the Lakers to do in the offseason. He survived the offseason, and now he's surviving the regular season? Nah, man. They got to put an end to this. And the fact that he was mocking us, knowing damn well the cameras were in his mug yesterday, he's over here dancing in the arena. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. It is what it is. But look, all we can do now is wait and see for now. We can do more. Give him a week, and I told you guys I'll take action into my own hands. I'll do my part. As a diehard Laker fan, we got to. But they got to go one way or the other. I'm glad ESPN is picking up on this and saying the same things I said last night. Remember, you heard it here first. So don't forget to hit that sub button and like. And as far as around the league, my apologies. Yes, we talked mostly Lakers, but nobody asked any questions about any other teams. And this is the hot topic. So it's still within the confines of around the league with yours truly, DTLF. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Let's see what happens with this organization moving forward, man. I can't wait any longer, and I'm sure you guys can't either. So one day at a time, but we're running out of time. So do something and do it now. In the words of the late, great Kobe Bryant, RIP. But that's what they got to do. They got to follow his advice. And Rob Pelinka is really high on Kobe. So he should definitely rewind that tape and see that when Kobe said that, they went out and they got Pau Gasol the recurring season. So that's what the Lakers got to do. They got to do something intelligent or start the rebuild process and admit defeat. Because that's what it is. When you rebuild a team, you're admitting defeat. You're admitting the fact that you could no longer build around the greatness of LeBron and AD. And you couldn't give us more than the one championship when you literally promised more than one championship. So that's what a rebuild would mean. But that's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do. Anyways, thank you so much for tapping into Around the League with yours truly today. I appreciate y'all, man. Major shout out to my sponsor prize picks. And a winner was already selected. I reached out to you, man. So make sure you respond in a timely manner for the giveaway a couple of videos ago. If not, they're going to have to reselect. And I don't select who the winner is. The company that sponsored me does. So definitely check them. Check your messages, man, and respond in a timely manner. That way I can get your information to them and then get the product out to you. So thank you so much for tapping in, Laker Nation and NBA world out there. I'll see you guys on the next one, which is tomorrow. And let's see how everything is. Hopefully there's a trade before then. If there isn't, more turmoil. So let's see what happens. Injuries are already plaguing us, by the way. Now, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.